Hello, Daniel and Mihoko.
Hello, how are you,
Hello.
Luca?
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you.
So, you are tango and folklore teachers and dancers based in Japan. Yes, and I think that's another really interesting combination for an interview. It's so cosmopolitan that, I think there's a lot to talk about. I've also never talked about tango in Japan, about folklore in my interviews before, so it's a lot of different combinations that might be interesting. So can you both give me like a short introduction of who you are for those who do not know you?
Okay, thank you, Lucas. Ladies first.
No. You first, always.
Okay. Well, I am Daniel Urquilla. I am from the countryside of Argentina. The province, the name is Santa Fe. The name of my city is Armstrong. And I start to dance folklore because my family, all of them, they are traditional family and they love folklore when I was 5 years old. Then, because my sister, she needed a partner. When I was 16, I started doing like properly study tango, like a little bit of social, what we got at this moment and in my town. And then when I was 25, unfortunately, I get the casting audition in the National Folklore Ballet. So I moved to Buenos Aires. I start to work as a professional, definitely with 25 years old. So then many things. Queen Mary, Casinos, Portugal, Tango Argentino, Mariano More, and a few played that I create as a choreographer. And this year I am 50. I'm going to celebrate 25 anniversary of professional dancer and 50 of my life. During that time, we met with Mihoko.
Ouch.
So can you tell me a bit about you? Just a short introduction, so you don't have to tell me everything that happened, but just like who you are, what you do.
Okay. I am Mihoko Sakata. I am Japanese. I'm 100% Japanese. And yes, before I met Daniel, I used to live in New York for 15 years. I wasn't dancing tango, nothing. I started dancing salsa. I used to dance like jazz, something just to feel free. And when I came back to Japan, I met him about 10, 11 years ago.
Okay.
That's when I start to involve more folklore, tango.
Okay. And just okay, sorry, I interrupt you, I think.
No. I try to be short.
Okay. That's that's important. So Daniel, can you also tell me like in a very short of what you do? Like just a few sentences what you currently do in Japan.
In Japan, well, we are teaching on the studio. Basically, we are teaching 70% of tango. All the lesson is about tango, of course, including milonga and vals. And then we have few lessons of folklore. And sometimes we have a special workshop about drums like bombo, boleadora, zapateo, including this stuff belong to the Argentinian culture.
And creating some shows.
Yes, of course. We are doing some shows, some performance, and now we are in the new creation of another other show.
Okay. So we'll hear more about that during the interview. But it was good to get a little introduction of who you are for those who don't know you. So let me just ask again, like the origins of your tango folklore life. So first, Daniel, because he has the longest history. So you already told us a little bit about it, but can you tell us more about how all of this about your family, about everything? So.
Yeah, basically I don't remember if I tell to my mother that I want to do dance. But what I remember is one day they bring me to this club. It was a social club and in my town, and I remember coming into the corridor, the smelling of coffee, cigarette, people playing the card, and then suddenly I turned to other place, and it was around many beautiful ladies. I was the only man, and it was really small. And the teacher coming, she hugged me. Then they put the music, and it was a dream. And that's when you fall in love. This is the end and the beginning of the history.
With the older woman.
Of
Beautiful
course.
woman.
Yes.
I fall in love in this situation and take me for all my life. So this is the beginning, and then of course family support because they was quite close, and then one thing is connecting to the other. And tango that I know, my grandmother, when she tried to make me sleep, she was singing tango,
Okay.
and so it's from the family.
So both the tango and folklore are in the family in a way.
Yes, yes. My father used to sing tango, no as a professional. He liked to sing more folklore. They have a group of folklore. They play guitar, bombo, and singing. Then, as a hobby, we have a traditional thing. 25 of December or for New Year, we play the guitar after midnight. We play the guitar to sing to the house of some of the friend. And because the night becomes longer, some of them they going to sleep. You knock the door or the window and you say serenata and you start to sing. And he always think a vals, criollo, or tango, or folklore. So I growing up in this environment, and that's what I remember I have in my heart also.
So just to summarize, so your father made music?
They was amateur, no professional, but
okay.
they love to play, they love to sing. When we have asado, the traditional barbecue, Argentinian barbecue, they always was the excuse to finish the end of the party playing the guitar. And of course, because I was the child and the small one of the family, you should dance, you should do zapateo, malambo. So I growing up in this environment.
But what I want to know is, did the other people, did they also dance, or are you the only one who was dancing?
Dance only me. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
And yeah, dance only me. But the second Saturday they bring me to the school. My sister she's 2 years younger than me. She
Okay.
was 3. She cannot talk, but she started to cry so much. So the teacher let her stay. So we almost start to dance together. So me and my sister, and the only one who dance in my family. The rest of my family, they are more relating to the cooking, chef, restaurant. So I am the only one who is more relating to the art part.
Yes, but as a hobby, did they dance, or because you seem to talk about profession, but they did not dance either as a hobby?
No. I remember seeing my father and my mother once dancing, but no like they dance frequently. No.
Okay, and so is there an explanation why you started to dance and the others didn't? So yeah, why did that happen?
Well, what I investigate, one of my great grandmother, she used to dance so much, and she used to celebrate live dancing, and everyone say, you remember Mecha. Mecha was the name of her, and she always was so happy, and whatever she had to say, she was doing with the body, and she organized party just to dance.
Okay.
So so everyone say about this relation about major, but the rest of the family, they are pretty shy.
Okay.
They are Criollos and Basque, French Basque, so they are really close. Almost not even don't talk.
Okay. Okay. So when you were 5 years old, you went to this place, and because of that, you started dancing. Is that correct?
Yes, it's correct. I saw one festival. One of my aunts say if I would like to do it, because I remember the number was they was dancing with the gun. So something, it was a battle of choreography of some of the history's battle, and they was dancing. And maybe I was so excited, and so I say yes, but I didn't expecting that the next Saturday I will be in this place, and how they receive me, how they treat me in the first impressive was so powerful. So that catch my heart for all my life.
But what was it your decision to go to this lesson or not?
That is always the doubt, right?
Okay.
I
Okay.
remember I was happy there. I remember the smelling, but I don't remember if I say to my mother, I want to go there.
Okay. Well, it's kind of hard, right? Because for example, with small children, when they get music lessons, sometimes it's because their parents think it's good for them to take piano lessons or something. So, and if you're only 5 years old, you cannot think like an adult. So maybe they thought it was you had talent or something, or yeah, who knows? You seemed really to like it, and then they said, well, why don't you try dancing? It's
It could be something like that. Something about instinct, and I believe it was destined also.
okay. And did you also have early memories of seeing tango dancing or something like that?
What I remember, I have to confess, no, my father used to put in front of the TV just to see this program, and we hate the program because there was many singer and just a little part of dance.
Ah,
But we hate the program, and my father to make us just watch this program.
Like obligation.
Yeah, it was
okay.
exactly the obligation. There is no chance to escape from the and the name of the program. I remember the name of the conductor, Silvio Soldán, Grandes Valores del Tango, on the Channel 9. So every Tuesday night we have to be there. But I remember always catch me the attention when I see people dancing.
Okay.
What they doing? So we stay there and we watch this type of dance that we didn't know it was that. Of course, we know it's tango, but what is that? How they make this? But we don't know about choreography at this moment. We was a child. No?
Yeah. Yes. And I kind of forgot my point, what I wanted to say. Yeah,
Escaped.
happens sometimes. Yes.
It's
It
okay.
happens all the time with me.
Yeah.
No worry.
So, did you? Yeah, I think I had something else to say, that maybe you were born to be a dancer.
It's what I tell you about something about the destiny and instinct that because I have a stronger memory also. Before I becomes a professional dancer, I did everything to keep dancing, and like my father obligated to see the TV, we cannot live at home if you don't work. That was the rule number one. So you have to work, you live at home. If you don't work, you live outside. So that was simple, and no chance to change this rule. So I remember I tried to do many things to keep dancing and to make me do things on the weekends because normally festival performance is during the weekend. So I did everything like riding horse, working with the cow, working on the place of my father, working on the restaurant, working as a waiters and delivery, everything, and then a washing car, everything, and then the last business that I did, it was the washing car. It was awful. I am not terribly awful for a business, so I fall down this, and then I start to work on the for the government and the lower class, like cleaning the street, so brushing the street. For Argentinian, this is like the bottom of the bottom. After that, I start to pick up the garbage from it. So, but this job gave me all the chance to continue dancing because the duty was done during the nighttime, really late. So I have time to rest, I have time to practice, and then go back evening time to the work. So, and then in that period, I was 24, almost 25, and my father listened. There was a casting audition for the
Ah,
National
nice.
Ballet,
Yeah.
and then I get. So I did everything before I became a professional ballet, but everything that I did was to keep dancing.
Well, that's such a great thing, right? To hear that
Mm.
you had a dream that was so strong that you were willing to
That's
yeah.
that's the point. No, the instinct that every day I feel when I was doing other job. No, because I had to clean the street. No, because I have to pick up the garbage. I learned so much about human being in this job, and that's how made me now the good or human dancer that I am now. This is all this history is in my dance now. But the feeling that I have, if I don't dance, I'm going to dance. I'm going to die. So I have to keep trying and trying and trying. And my own limit, it was until 25. I say, if I don't get it at 25, okay, I have to change the book and restart with other new one.
Yes. Then maybe you would have gone to a school or something.
Well, I was too connecting with the horse also. So it was
Okay.
two parallel life. So it was connecting. At this moment also I have six horse. So I was working with the horse and dancing and working to make a living. No, so,
Yes, yes. So maybe one more question about your origin. So you are from the
yeah,
countryside?
yeah, really small. Uh,
Yes. And is it true that in those places folklore is more popular than tango, or was it?
Completely true. Yeah, at this moment when we really want to learn tango, it was possible because we don't have a teacher.
Yeah.
We we have to pick up and call or going to to bring some teacher from Buenos Aires, no, even from Rosario. From Buenos Aires, it was quite a lot of money for us. So, but we have a good teacher of folklore, and he have a good common sense to pick up a good teacher. And I remember the first couple was Gachi Fernandez and Sergio Cortazo. So they was on the top of Tango por Dos and many different companies. So they come in. They was one of the first couple, and we have a basic thing to do there. So that was the moment that we start. But popular is only folklore on the countryside.
But you still said that your father listened to tango music, right? So were there
Yeah,
people
that's
also listening to tango music in your?
yeah. People listen so much. They used to dance, and during the period of my grandmother, she used to dance. She know all the poetry and lyric of
Ah,
the tango, because they hear so much. She loved, for example, the Angeli, because it was two orchestras who arrived into this little town. One was the Angeli and the other was Pugliese. They love these two orchestras. You cannot talk wrong about these orchestras because they're going to kill you.
Yes. So it's not only, in the end, it's not only folklore that was popular, but it was more popular than tango.
Yeah, it was the more popular to practice and to dance. So,
Okay. And can you repeat how you got into tango? Can you explain that one more time to me?
Yeah. We start to do something about choreography, but I really, when I was 14, and because just copy by the video and see, because we were so excited, we want to do something. It was so, here they say kaku, it was kakui. So
handsome.
So handsome. I
cool.
want to use tuxedo or something. It was so nice to see this guy. So we want to be on this looking, but we just copy things that we can pick up in some video. And then when we were 16, my teacher bring this couple, the Gachi and Sergio, and my sister, she say, I need a partner, so I need you. And I was not convinced to start because what I saw them they dancing, it was so beautiful. I say, I'm so far of that. I am so happy with my folklore, leave me alone. And she insists so much, and that was the beginning.
Okay. But do you know what age you were interested in tango dancing? Do you know how that started, your interest in tango dancing?
Yeah, because I believe because we saw this program on the TV,
Okay.
and it started to be a reborn of tango at this moment. It was during the 70s, it was quite dying and going down. And the beginning of the demography in 80, 82, 83 start reactivating more. Then Pugliese get the Colón, everything start to be more popular, and everyone was so exciting. So it was a period of reborn, many times tango reborn, and that period of, I don't want to say if it was a fashion way, but it was reborn completely, and we get enthusiastic to do something.
Yes. So I asked you to repeat that because sometimes for people who are not from Argentina, it's hard to understand the appeal of something like folklore and tango. But for you as Argentinians, it's much more, it's like in your blood. So it's your culture. And for some people abroad, it's just something they dance, and that's from Argentina originally. So it's always good to make the translation. Let's talk about this professional dance career. So at 25, you got this scholarship, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And can you tell me a bit about what happened next? So because I want to, in the interview, I want to now make the connection between how you became a professional dancer and then how you ended up in Japan. So that's that story, part of the story. It's
Like 3 parts.
Yeah, I guess so.
Good.
Now you're getting to the professional part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the bigger dreams. That was the principal dream. So
To get into the national.
from my childhood, when I saw them dancing, they was like it was the national selection of the dancer with there was Roberto Herrera, Jesus Velázquez, even older generation. So all of them was in this ballet. Then the creation of the ballet was in the 1990 from Chúcaro and Santiago Ayala y Norma Viola. So they are the director. And when I get the casting, basically change your life because you start to do completely full time all day what you like and what they make you do. So it's including your diet, how you're going to live, how you're going to be your philosophy of life, and how much you're going to push your body to become a professional and even a solista. So they change completely your mind. And from coming from the countryside, the small town, that when people ask me, what is your dream? I want to be a professional dancer. Everyone laughing and and tell maybe you are a little bit crazy or people cannot live about dancing. So and it was the dream. It was really far. It was really far. And I get in the right in the age because the limit of the time I was 25. It was 25 including. Now it's really low. It's 22, I believe. They put more down.
The audition.
The audition. So it was I was lucky, and they was looking for two guys, taller and younger. They from 200 they pick up 10, and from these 10 I was the older and the smaller. So I didn't have so much chance. But when you believe sometimes in your dream, you can get it.
So yeah, they chose you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm.
And do you have any idea why?
I believe the passion. At this moment, I don't have any technique. No, no. My body wasn't. It wasn't different figure, but I believe they really can recognize who have the fire inside, and they are looking for this light and fire. So
oh, that's great.
Yeah, yeah.
So and then what did you have? Did you learn a lot when you got into this?
Yeah, because basically you are all day from the morning until night working, practice during doing lessons. We have to do classic ballet lesson, contemporary lesson, because you have to be really good material for the choreographer who coming to create any choreographer. And they say, I want some move like a tree or the wind or whatever. You have to be on this condition. Apart of course, doing zapateo, you have to do also tango. You have to dance tango. Tomorrow I'm going to see one of my teachers. Tomorrow I'm going to meet Carlos Rivarola. He's here. He's arriving to Japan, and he was my first teacher in the National Ballet.
Okay. But was it the National Folklore Ballet, or was it so the main topic was folklore?
Yeah, folklore means music and dance who the folk the people doing. So we call tango is a city folk, and the countryside is the so it was on the repertoire of the National Ballet. But basically 70, I want to say 80% of the choreography was relating for folklore, pure folklore, and only 20 was tango.
Okay. But for example, you were talking that you were saying that you had to learn ballet. So modern ballet as well. How does that then relate to, for example, a folklore dance from the countryside like samba?
Because because one of the creators, he have one specific idea about the aesthetic and the beauty and the line, and he's always comparing how you're going to be huge in front of the Cordillera de los Andes, or how you're going to be big when you step in on the La Pampa. You have to create something that you want to become magnificent. You cannot be the simple things yourself. We
Correct.
have different type of number, but he stimulate and he give to the company the projection of more universal, more global. So that's for that reason they pick up him to become a professional and national ballet.
Okay. Well, it's probably visible if I would see you dance right now. I would probably see the difference in quality between you and people who dance folklore for fun, because you have all these layers of professional skill. That
Yeah, sometimes I when I cannot see myself so much, but sometimes I appreciate and I really like to enjoy looking pure and simple things. Pure and
okay.
simple is beautiful. And when you become too much professional, and then in this career they push you to become a solista. If you have a condition, so I get that also. And then uh, they they make you bigger. Even when you are not, they make you believe you are bigger. To become a solista, you have to be really stronger on the character and the confidence, because you have all your company that the company want your place. So you have to be stronger for many points, physical. So then when I see from far, it looks like too much, but on the stage it's okay. I like on the stage. But when I see simple thing, I really enjoy, because the purity is in the really fragile moment. And that's we have, all of us, we have this fragile moment.
Okay. So what is the thing you learned the most from going to this school of professional dancing? What
Discipline to me was quite impossible to have a routine schedule and arrive on time and make a programmation. And it was how do you say, un carbon en bruto, carbon, like
I don't know. Carbon.
when you have a, before being a diamond, you have a piece of
okay.
concrete, and
Unpolished
they
diamond.
yeah, by
Okay.
discipline and then you don't realize anymore that it's discipline. You realize that you want to go to work, you want to go to practice, you know that you're going to sweat, you know next day body is going to hurt, you know always there is a physical problem, physical injury, but your brain is keep going and continue. So that is the basic legacy that I get from this company, and I love because I use for all my career.
Okay. But let's say if you talk about a folklore dance like samba or chacarera.
Yeah.
So how much did you learn about that during that academy?
I learned so much about technical things and being on the stage and traveling also around all my country, because we practice during Tuesday to Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, and sometimes during all the week we have a performance in different
Somewhere.
cities of the country. So being in contact with many people, being dancing with many people from different province, from different area. So that's me see another scale and different that where you born, and become something more in your dance. So this stimulation was always from the director, that they always put the nature first. So if you are not relating with nature, you cannot relating with the audience. So we have to be connecting with the nature. So that was the bigger point that I get from this company.
Okay, and what did you learn about tango there? Because you said you also had to learn tango. So did you become like a stage tango dancer, or?
What I learned about tango, that I have to continue learning tango.
Okay, okay, yeah, it never ends.
Yeah, it's like you said, never ending. And I remember at this moment, I always say, wow, I am so far, but I am doing choreography. I was so happy to doing choreography. And I remember it took me almost 3 years, even practicing going to the lesson, to go to the milonga and dance completely tanda, because it was really to do a social dance, to do it on the milonga. Even if you are a professional, you have to have a big ball to encourage to do a cabeceo and way if you say yes, and dance and try to make things at least comfortable for her. No, it was a really big trauma to me, because I cannot believe I was dancing as a professional, but I wasn't allowed to dancing on the dance floor
Socially.
and socially. And I was in different circle, but I want to be in this one. I want to be in the dance floor and the social, but and then social bring me other thing that I love so much, which is the human beings, more natural, more simple. So even when I try to be relaxed, this is my relax, because the National Ballet, you have to be always on the spotlight. You have to be always. So, and when you don't think, but it's already in your body. So I cannot be like that.
Okay. And is that does that explain why you became a teacher for normal people? Because you were very professionally, like very high status, I think. And then you sorry?
I believe it was pushing by one of my big friend, and she's also my teacher, which is Natasha Povera, and she insists to me. I was taking so many lessons of her. We have almost the same age. For sure, she's younger than me, but we I used to go frequently to her lesson, and then she asked me if I can do assistant of her. So at that period, we didn't have this chance to become a tango teacher so quickly, because the place was not many possibility. So I was in this school where she was teaching, and maybe about 5 years I've been doing assistant of her. And one day she said, "Do you wanna replace one of my lessons that I cannot be?" And then the owner of the studio say that is okay, and that was the beginning. But basically, I I didn't expect him becomes a teacher, and then by the time I was teaching, I believe that was I was learning more than the student. And when I discovered this, is like, come on, this is the paradise. Now I understand why I admire so much many of my teachers, and why they know so much, because teaching you learn so much, and it's a fantastic boomerang that you bring, but you receive and
As
continuously.
much as you bring, you receive.
So that was the beginning. But I did long time assistant. Before it used to be you have to be assistant, and then one day you becomes a teacher. But it wasn't in my brain to become a tango teacher. I still consider that I want to learn more.
Sorry, the last phrase I didn't understand.
I want to continue study more and more and more.
You want to continue learning,
Learning, yes.
Okay,
yes,
okay.
yes.
What I
teaching that doesn't stop.
what I don't understand is what in your life what happened after the Academy of Ballet you went to? What happened after you graduated from?
No, this company exists. The National Ballet exists. There is a place in Argentina. You can see the performance of them.
No,
Uh,
both.
uh,
When you think,
what I decide when the director died, the one the
one of the creators.
one of the creators died, and when I received, I was she was director of me, and when I received this new at that moment I was in a pair with other lady. We was working together in the National Ballet. So I remember I turned the telephone and I say I had to leave the National Ballet because um, National Ballet for me was hard, and
Okay,
I couldn't expecting be directing for other people. And after 3 months, I left the National Ballet.
okay, but that sounds quite a dramatic time in your life.
Yeah, it was time to change. I started to work for my own, so it was really time to change. And then at that period, because I was younger, we used to have many audition. I remember we get the audition, casting audition to work on the casino in Portugal for tango and folklore. So we was lucky. We pick up immediately job for 6 months, and then this month extend another 2 months. So almost spend 1 year, and then Queen Mary from there 2 years, and the Queen Mary. So life continue.
Yes. And then at some point you went to Japan.
Yes, with the National Ballet for 1999, we get
First time.
my first international tour with the National Ballet was Japan,
Okay.
and it was here. And I remember it was 23 performance in 23 different cities all around Japan. And I remember when I left Japan, I say, one day I will come in here to work at least 1 year and living as simple and becomes a Japanese. I say this, and then 10 years, maybe 10 years or
99.
yeah,
You
99,
came 2012.
2012. So
You came back.
I come back, and that was the point that I met.
So does that mean you like Japan a lot? When you
Sorry?
came to Japan, so you like Japan a lot, that you said you wanted to live there.
I like things when
You told me about the Shapanki.
I quite fan of different things. No, one was Chupanqui. Atahualpa Chupanqui is a guitarist, Argentinian guitarist, and Pugliese. Both of them, they have a tour in Japan long time ago. So, and why is these two people that I admire so much, they come to Japan? It must be there, something interesting. Then when I come and I can prove it's full of mystery,
Yes.
full of silence, full of beauty, and something that you need to discover to yourself. So even now, living with Mihoko, that she's Japanese 100%.
I always have to say 100%
Yes,
because
yes.
nobody think I'm 100% Japanese. No, just joking. Okay, continue.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, it's full of mystery. It's full of silence. Silence is so beautiful here, and beauty is and something like people here keep something like so pure, in some point naive, that doesn't exist in other part of the world. That
Okay.
is so fragile. I like this fragile because this fragile thing is so Sudoku powerful. It's
Indeed,
really
Sudoku.
powerful. Sudoku.
あ、すごく、いや、すごく。はい。
Sudoku powerful.
そうです。
素晴らしい。
はい。
素晴らしい。
Yeah, let's not do the interview in Japanese. That's
素晴らしい、ルカさん。
now I would like to know a bit about Mihoko. So
Ooh,
you were
after
saying,
this.
yes, yeah, it's been a very impressive story. So I imagine it's a bit hard now to but so I'm interested in, for example, so why question like why were you living in the US and how did you come across tango, something like that?
No, tango I met in Japan, but I
Okay.
lived in New York because I was looking for myself. My story is more personal, nothing professional, nothing, no big companies
She was
involved.
doing modeling, but
She was doing what, sorry? She?
modeling.
No, fashion model
Fashion model,
in New
modeling.
York,
Okay, modeling. Okay.
modeling.
Okay.
That's just accident. But I went to New York to I don't know. I wanted to experience many things when I'm young.
Yeah, of course.
All the experience, I believed all the experience that I get, but it will become who I am when I get 30, 40, 50, 60. So I wanted
Yes.
to get as much flavor that I can. So that's the reason I went to New York. Just happened to meet modeling agency, the agent. He was in an audition for dancers, like music video dancers. That time was Whitney Houston. I never went to audition. Yeah, I wanted to see how the audition goes. And when I went, the agent saw me. I wasn't tall enough. I'm 170. To be a model, you have to have 175 at
Okay.
least. I was short, but I had a similar face with some top model, Asian top model this time. So they asked me if I want to do it for more magazines, not for the runway. Hey, okay, why not? I came here to experience something, something new. So I started. Then I got bored. I wanted to learn something more. I got not bored, interested in photography. I wanted to see behind the camera, not front of the camera.
Yeah.
So I started to study photography myself, and because I didn't have money to go to school. Then I don't something took me to wanted to experience walking regularly Monday through Friday, like almost all the people.
Yes.
I never done it because dancing or the modeling.
You should do it.
Well, so I just wanted to see how the big corporation works. Okay, I went. But by the time I had a problem, no problem with the family in Japan, so I came back.
Okay.
So I didn't meet tango. I was keep dancing. I met salsa in New York because
Yeah.
salsa, Puerto Rican, it was so many salsa place were available. This time I had a two choice, tango or salsa, because I was looking for a dance that I can dance when I get to 80 years old. When I get really, really, really old, I still wanted to dance. So I
Yes.
was looking for some kind of dance that it doesn't make my body hurt.
Yes.
So
I
then
understand.
one of
Yeah.
my Korean friend told me, if you dance tango, if you cannot dance tango good, you have to hold some old men so close like this. And I have problem touching people, to be
Yes.
close to the people. So I said, no, I do salsa. I don't want to do hug with other people. So my image of the tango wasn't good. When I came back Japan, my godmother showed me, just show me, Mihoko, 見てってcomo, I dance with Argentine tango. So when I saw the video, she was 60 something, but she was so beautiful.
Okay.
elegant, beautiful. I never see her that beautiful. I said, what is this? It's tango. But it's beautiful. Next day, she took me to the school that she's taking a class. I went. He wasn't there that time. Before he came to Japan, I had like 3 months. Then he came to the same studio to teach.
Same
That's when I
studio.
met.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
that's
Okay.
the moment that we cross
Yeah,
each other.
And why did you come to
that's how I met
Japan?
with him.
Okay.
Me
No,
come back
sorry.
or the him.
Yeah. So how did you so you went there on a tour in 1999 and then afterwards
Then come back.
Yeah,
yes.
then like I said, we used to be many casting audition, and I was fan of casting. It was one of my hobby. There is a casting for a movie. I do because I was training to myself to receive because the first casting that I did, it was National Ballet, and then I get many of them. Then I start to feel so much confident that almost playing. Let's see what I can get. Let's see what
Yeah.
I can get. So always apostaba a mí mismo with myself. So it was a casting for Japan and it was other for China to come to Japan and also China teaching and performing. And I get both. So and Oscar, when I get both, I say Japan immediately. The condition it was better to me in Japan because I want to know about this culture.
Yeah.
So I come in here. It was on the on the studio on the coffee machine and the counter and drinking a coffee and suddenly I feel something good. I feel, and then when I turned, I found Mihoko. And we both was more younger and more pretty.
What are you saying?
And we met together.
Okay. So but what kind of audition was it? So they wanted a tango teacher or a folklore teacher or what did they want in Japan?
Yeah, they want both conditions. They want tango teacher and folklore because the owner of the studio is still the studio, Shizuko Kuwamoto. She's still running the studio, Efecto Tango, and she want to incorporate because she was a championship in 2010
2010, she won scenario
Okay.
scenario
Mundial.
in the Mundial, and she saw people dancing folklore, so she want to incorporate folklore
In her studio.
on her studio. So, and I was lucky that I get the casting, and she bring me here for 1 year. So, and that was the point that I met Mihoko, and it was few people doing folklore, not many here.
Okay. And then you started teaching together? Or not? No, it was you were
Even now,
yeah.
I'm still
when people tell to Mihoko, Mihoko Sensei, because here when you come to the lesson, Mihoko Sensei, she always step back and she always say, I am the assistant of Daniel, I'm a teacher. I'm going to help you as much as I can. But this is something about their own cultural
Yes.
thing. They have so much respect and I appreciate. Of course, she's allowed to teach, and she's helped me so much. But she's want to be always in this support, so I let her. One day, she going to say, "Okay, let's start the lesson." I will be so proud.
no.
Well, who knows?
Eh,
Yeah. So what did you want to say, Mihoko?
For me, if I'm alone, I don't have Daniel, I can start teaching something. But if I have Daniel, the tango or folklore is something about their culture.
Yeah. Okay.
He is the teacher. I will support, and I also like keep learning
Yes.
She enjoys so
in the
much.
class, in
Yeah.
his class.
She enjoys so much. Sometimes I have to remember her. Okay,
Because
you
I'm
are
still
part of
still
the
young.
team.
When I met him, I'm a baby. He's already have all the experience that he has.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's my teacher, so I'm still learning in his class. Um, he's the culture, so I don't have to teach anything. I
Yes.
support all the
Yeah,
language.
but it's a good combination because she made me understand from which way is easily to get the point. That is a really important combination that
How
we are
we
always,
understand.
yeah, how
Yeah.
sometimes
Because
how we
Uh,
can get the
you know
point.
you are the guy from the culture, but
mhm,
you don't teach in the culture. You don't teach in Argentina, so you need to make a translation and transition. And maybe she helps you with that in a way, or
mhm,
yeah, because you need to integrate into another culture, and that can be
mhm,
difficult, especially when it
mhm.
culture is so different. And
Really different.
you know that brings me to a question that is very important. Like, how is it like to actually teach folklore and tango to Japanese people, and also like why do they like it so much? Uh, these questions, I think that's very important for this interview. Do you have some
Mm,
ideas about that? So
I
both of you can answer. It's
yeah,
Uh,
please,
For
Mihoko,
me,
at least you want
okay.
one.
No, he wants to talk. When he says things like that, he want to talk.
okay.
Okay, I do.
Okay, okay.
What I see is what I feel, and what I feel every time that I embrace Japanese people, because sometimes I have a student, uh, men and women, so it's different. But what I see is the body is asking for a hug so much, and I think something is missing because this respect that they don't touch each other, they don't they don't hug each other because it's too much respect about cultural thing that I understand. I completely understand now. The body is asking for something. They need to feel the heartbeat of someone, and when they get this point and they see that nothing happened, that is okay, there's nothing wrong, and they start to breathe there. Of course, I think all of us we dance tango because we need this protection. We are looking for the first hug that we receive, which is in the on the our mother
Mm.
stomach. When we are baby, we have the first hug with ourselves here,
Yes, in the womb.
and
Yeah.
completely the circle. We are always that was the first beautiful tango for all the humanity have this tango,
Yes.
and I think this is what we are searching to become in some point with this same frequency because it was so pure, it was so beautiful, it was so peaceful, it was so high on many different
And
levels,
it's so warm.
warm, and I think we try
That
to dance hard as much as we can just to feel, and sometimes we match, and when that thing happens, it's so beautiful. So I believe, particularly here in Japan, is this is they are looking for something more than land step. They are looking for something more than land tango, something more than social dance. Of course,
Okay.
all things coming on the order, no, but they are looking for something really really high. So on that point, I feel so close also to my country because this is similar in everywhere.
And do you have any idea why they like folklore? Because it's not like a close embrace, right?
Yeah, no. I believe folklore is even hard for Argentinian because in folklore you are completely exposed to other people. Everyone can see you. Everyone you are no. Aquí you are no. ¿Cómo se dice? Cubierto de otra persona.
Cubierto de
You're
otra
not,
persona.
yeah, you're not covered by the other person, so you're very exposed,
Yes.
vulnerable, like
Thank you,
visible.
Lucas. See,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes.
Mm.
And you are so exposed and almost naked. So even for Argentinian is complicated. But because we are dancing from a child, like a play, it's okay. But if you learn from be adult, folklore becomes quite difficult. And I believe here people have a same frequency of samba. Samba is for them when they come to the lesson of samba is like stimulating so much, and I believe the peaceful song that the frequency that the samba have is really connecting with them. And chacarera, I going to say is really more because they see other people enjoying in the milonga. Okay, I want to enjoy. I want to participate. I don't want to be a part of that, and they do. And basically, chacarera, samba becomes popular here because people start to dance at the milonga. So, like after one one cortina, they play two chacareras and then one samba, and people start to see. And okay, I like that. That is one of my reasons that I see, but maybe Mihoko have another idea.
I have 3 different points. For example, Japanese, we are shy. We have problems showing our emotions, what we think, how I feel. Including me, I have a problem
Really?
sharing with you also. But for example, chacarera, you can fake. I can do with all the people, and I can be happy. Maybe I could be sad, but I can fake and I can join and I can express more than tango. So it's fun. Maybe I enjoy that way. Samba, also, we are so shy, and I can be shy in samba.
And
I feel so naked in romantic, but I can be shy. I don't have to live. The music have this frequency, romantic or very fragile.
melancholic sometimes they love
We
this.
can be more comfortable being ourselves. And tango, we have to have a strong woman, and sometimes also it's hard for us because we are so caring for the other, soft and yasashi. Sometimes it's difficult to be ourselves. Dancing tango becomes just a follower. But samba, we can be ourselves, and it's okay.
Yeah,
Other 3 points, third point, we are today we had a recording session with a musician of the folklore.
Oh, cool.
We have a long history with the folklore music. Argentina, he's been doing almost 40 years doing folklore music. Why he got into? Because I think what we are sharing is nature. The music of the folklore de Argentina, why that's the reason I also fall in love with the folklore, is maybe how he teaches. Always tierra, earth,
Yeah.
trees, viento, wind, sol, or always connect with the nature. The music also brings you there. So I can connect to the earth. It means I can connect to myself, and I don't know. It gives you some feeling, some satisfaction. I don't know. It makes you happy. I think the musician also have the same feeling. That's why Japanese people have long
history about playing folklore and tango here. There's many musicians.
Because the nature
Mm.
we connect. So that's the part we are sharing. Culture is different, but the bottom point, like the tango, the bottom is the brazo,
Yeah.
ourselves. That's not a culture difference. All of us in human being, we share. That's why it's a universal dance.
Yeah.
So I
Yes.
think folklore, the nature, for me, it's the nature
Okay.
brings us together.
And your third point, let me just remind you of that.
Third point is the nature.
Okay, okay,
First, yeah,
okay,
nature or being shy is the culture.
yeah,
Also the chacarera, also being shy, but
Express yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, because folklore has basically is the like tango also have, but share the freedom looks like it's no completely freedom, but to me it's double freedom. But in folklore you can share the freedom by your own and in your own space and sharing the space and becomes little bit more easily to get the point. In tango we have something to protect first, then embrace the couple, and then when these two becomes one, we're going to someone else. But
do you remember one of our friends told me that we have a problem with spacing. No problem, different.
yes,
Japanese, we need our own space.
You mean personal space?
Around us, personal space.
Yeah.
In this world, Argentinian is the least. They don't need a space, personal space. So they always talk like this and talk like this and then talk like this.
Yeah.
For us, if he brings hands closer, talking with the hand comes here,
yeah,
I
she
already
going to do this.
feel invaded.
Okay.
So Japanese is the most that we need a space. So
Yes.
we are the contrario.
Yeah,
Completely.
So it's like a complete opposite.
yeah. But there is only one place when you take the Yamanote line at 7 o'clock or 8 in the morning. There is no space, and you share
Ah,
the space. And
Yes.
But we
you
don't see each other.
Yeah, don't see each other.
But I
We do this.
but I also suppose people don't really like that.
No, we
No,
don't.
score, no.
The obligation to go to work. That's the only way to go to work, and they do it. And
Yeah.
But they would
Yeah,
like to have more distance if they could. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in some point, it's like they respect so much that some point becomes humor because you start to see funny scene and you start to see people start to laughing and becomes a nice situation. In other different country, it could be a fighting, and they make it humor, and I really love that situation.
and
Yes.
tango, if we can get into that place, we are okay. We can be okay.
Yes.
We have a problem. We are protecting the space.
Yes, but I suppose then Japanese people who dance tango, they need to learn to hug.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
But-
more.
Yeah, but one of the more beautiful hug that I received here, that I received all around the world, even in Argentina, it was a Japanese woman, like so small, so skinny. I want to say
Older,
older,
a lot older.
but there is a point that you receive the hug that is the platinum hug in your life. So you never want to
yeah.
forget this. And it was here. So yes, like in everywhere, even Argentina, we say, yeah, it's easy for us to hug. Hontoni true, really real. The hug is the difficult point in everywhere. It's not
Okay.
because we are Argentinian.
So there might be Argentinians who constantly touch other people, But then when they are hugging in tango, they might actually, it might be difficult for them, some people, right, to share, to allow someone emotionally, because I hear sometimes that in tango connection is very important. So it's like not just the steps or something, or the music that you do,
Yeah,
but you need to find connection with someone, and sometimes you dance with someone, you have no connection, and it's not really nice.
yeah, there is a, it could be a connection, there could be a physical connection, but living in Buenos Aires, if you live in Buenos Aires, if you open your heart like you open on the countryside, that you leave the door, the front of the door of your house open, like, and even now in my mother house where I growing up, wherever I go, the door is still open. And if you live in that kind of naive life or simple life in Buenos Aires, you disappear. So you can open so much. You have to be so basically tango is in that city, because when you live in Buenos Aires, you understand how beautiful could be and how uh, violent and how rude in some point. So it's the beauty city in the world for me, but it's also the more difficult city on the world. It's no nothing have many logical things like tango, like when you try to play a bandoneon, why this note is open, is do, and then when you close is re, and why here fa and why here sol, is completely unlogical city. On the same point is so open to bring a hack, and some point even in this hack you can lose your life. So it's so you have to be careful how much you open, and with which person you open. And I respect this about the porteño, the people who live in Buenos Aires and who they are growing up in this city, because they have the real experience. Uh, I live half part of my life in Buenos Aires, half part in the countryside. So I respect both, but I understand the tango has something a stronger relation with the
city.
la tierra que lo nació. Él nació en around river of Rio de la Plata, no? Of course, Montevideo is a tango city.
Yes, so it has to do with your origins, where you're from.
Mm. Mm.
Yes. So let me think. It's probably a final question. So we've talked about you know, your origins and everything you've done in life with folklore, and then how you came together to teach, and then also why Japanese people, what their relationship is with tango and folklore. So yeah, let me just ask, what do you like? Why do you like so much what you do? So it's a bit of a personal question. The teaching and
You
No, no, no. You-
basically, because when I tell you that it was my first dream, this dream never ending, because as much you dance, as much you continue dreaming, and as much you start to follow this dream, and there is always something, there is always something to learn, there is always something to investigate, there is always something to dedicate and put the focus. I am so lucky that I always have something to create, sometimes to myself, sometimes to other people. And it's so passionate, like sometimes you cannot go to sleep because you are thinking what you're going to do tomorrow and how you're going to try, and with the music, and you going to sleep with the music on the head and wake up with the music on the head. Mm, this is, I don't have another type of life. So from being a child, I have this play and I keep going. So mm, I respect so much the different type of life. There is no normal life, and extraordinary life. All of the life are so normal. The intensity how we live is who make the difference. Only this, and mm, I believe this is the point. This fire that people used to see when I was younger, and they give me the place on the National Ballet is still alive, and this fire is always trying to bring something. And the real focus is never for me. I want to make people happy. I want to make people think. I want to make people interesting. I want to make people enthusiastic. I never think something. I want to become famous. I want to be rich dancing. Always is something about people, because I live all my life for them. So if I don't have anyone to show what I'm doing, I am lost. So I am the number one selfish and egoist. I need to show what I'm doing, but in a good point.
Yes, yes. So it sounds like you've been passionate about this since the first time you saw it when you were 5 years old. And it's like a lifelong obsession. Maybe obsession is not the right word, but it's like a lifestyle for you. And
I think it's the right word.
obsession, okay, yeah. Well, maybe we should use that word,
Okay.
obsession. Yeah. So, Mihoko, can you also tell, do you have a normal job, or do you do this as a profession, the assistant?
No, right now I am with him completely. This is my profession.
Okay.
Teaching, dancing.
It
So
was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we decide 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
She decided.
When I'm with him, so many things I had to do with him. So I started to learn, but never enough. Never enough. So I never really consider professional or teacher, nothing. But 2 years ago, I put myself in a situation that I had to cry, work hard. I broke my bone 4 times. Practicing.
Over practice times, no, because the time is not.
But also I could grow up a lot from the experience. But that's what I do as a profession. Apart, I started to, before I decided to be a professional, I was interested in the human body. So I learned the Japanese technique to fix or to take off the pain of the body by treating muscle or tendon, alignment, or when it's tough. I don't. Almost every pain have a problem with the muscle and tendon, and
Okay.
I fix myself.
She's good.
Yeah.
She's really good. You remember the movie Karate Kid, Daniel San?
I've never seen it. No.
The old movie.
Really old movie, and the guy, in some point, he's doing, and then he fixed immediately with the.
Okay. That's what she does.
Really old technique, but it's working.
Because it relates to dancing with the body. A lot of times you feel like you cannot do it. Your body is impossible. No, just one muscle is just tension in heart, and you can make it relax by just doing it, and it becomes like open another world.
Yeah.
So I am obsession with this. I have an obsession with the body. How much you can do or help people, or myself or
But
Daniel.
you can use
So we
this.
can keep dancing.
You can use this also maybe with students, or
With the students, for me, I started to do it for myself, and he had a problem with the hip injury.
Yeah, I have it. I am hip replacement
Prosthesis.
prosthesis from.
So he had a problem. He lived a long time with the pain, and he couldn't sleep. If he sleeps maybe 1 hour and a half, almost impossible to walk. Sometimes in Argentina, 4 blocks, 1 hour and a half. To go back home was impossible. We couldn't
Yeah.
get into the taxi. So I really wanted to know there's another way to take off the pain, so we can keep dancing as long as we can.
Yeah.
That's how I started to be obsessed with the with my hand. So that's another thing other than dancing that I
She's
do.
really good.
And you're doing better now with your hip?
Yeah. Well, I have a hip replacement
Surgery?
surgery 7 years ago.
2016 you
Yeah.
did. So
16.
six,
6 years.
almost 7 years
Almost 7 years. So yes, almost 7 years now.
Ooh.
In February, the end of February. Yes, and but that was for overwork. National Ballet is taking so much of
Hard work, hard training,
and
like old
and
style.
yeah, sometimes it's like too much, but sometimes you understand why they can get this level, no? And of course, you use all the younger food to put there, and then after you have to pay, and the only chance to pay on dance is with your body. So
Yeah.
you pay with your body or with your brain or with your heart. If you
No,
don't,
you're good.
sorry.
You're doing
Yeah.
zapateo.
No, I'm coming back. I have part of robotic side, but is I am doing well and happy to do zapateo, boleadora.
The doctor
Okay.
who did the surgery to you, he told he never had anyone who went back to do zapateo
Okay. Wow.
after the surgery. And he's doing it. It's amazing.
Wow.
Mm.
So let me see. Yeah, maybe just a short question. Like, what are your like your ambitions, your dreams, what you want to do, keep doing in the future, in your life here in Japan and your teaching? Like, is there anything you can say about that? It's a bit of a vague question, maybe, but
Yeah. What?
Me?
Yes.
Well,
Why not?
well, it's short.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
No, for me, last year, September, we had a show, the first tango show that he created in Japan.
cool.
We did almost only him was Argentinian, but all the members, light, sound, and all the staff,
Musician,
dancers, everything
dancer.
was Japanese.
Hmm.
In many of them, the dancers, they had really short time dancing tango, or they didn't have any experience to be in the show. But we all believed, and we got together and we created something amazing. And we show so many people that if you believe, you can express yourself.
Yes.
It's not like old style. We bring Argentinian dancers, champions, or orchestra, that everybody has to be Argentinian to do some show.
No.
We can also believe ourselves and create and make something amazing. So that's my ambition. If we have more chance to create or involve other people who are thinking, no, we are not, we don't have enough career, we don't have enough experience. Oh, we cannot be on the stage because they're so much older, or I don't know, we are older or we are not young enough. Anyone can believe, and if you put the hard work, and which that's why he told me I don't put the hard work, but with him I always every day I had to put the hard work. disciplina that
Hard
he
work.
passed me.
Hard work and love. And love.
Convince
Love.
with
It-
love, yes.
Yeah, with
Love for what you do.
Yeah, when
I want as many people as possible to feel
yeah,
that.
believe that. It's not necessary to be Argentinian to dance tango,
Or professional to do that.
perform. It's not necessary. I believe professional.
I don't know.
Sometimes I hate this word professional amateur. Sometimes I see some professional, they are not putting any passion, and some people and they're doing with so much love, with so much passion, with so much care. I believe professional is also the intensity of your love in your dance. And that is the professional. That is the real professional. Being a professional like a machine to make people clap, it becomes like a Roman circus. And we passed already this period. Okay, the lion coming, have to eat sun and see the blood. This, come on, we have a human evolution is higher than that. And I recognize professional when someone do things with love. Anything, bread, cook for your friend, sing a song for your lovely girl. Whatever you do with love is connecting, relating with the universe and become something else. And that's make people more happy and beautiful. One of my dreams is continue on this way to the scenes. We say we have some kind of scenes, semillas to the child. As much
Dates,
you
yeah.
pass to the child,
Yeah.
is as much you pass because all what I received, all the beauty that I received, it was during that period in my childhood. So that's who I am now. So I want to stimulate as much that I can the child. So today we were talking, we have a meeting to try to connecting and start to teach little bit of tango, little bit of folklore on the school.
Oh, cool.
Today I have such a great emotion about 35 Japanese boy and girl playing music, Argentinian music, folk Argentinian music. So it's possible, and let's stimulate people. Becomes only one country, which is the humanity. They start to don't divide anymore. And of course, if everyone dance anything and everyone becomes a brother dancing tango, it's going to be a beautiful world. I have this dream.
Well, that's an amazing answer. Well, thanks a lot for everything you've shared with us today. And
Thank you to
Thank you
you.
too.
yes, it's
Thank you
been
to Mabel to connecting us to be. Thank you so much. We really enjoy because also as we are not the famous or the recognized for many people, and we are not expecting sometimes receive this kind of interview, but we love to share things, and this is the normal life, this is the normal people, this is the normal, there is no superstar, and tango don't need superstar, folklore don't need superstar. We need population to continue and doing. So thank you so much for this space that you bring to many different people. And I hope see you soon here in Argentina or whatever.
Netherlands.
Yeah,
yeah, who knows?
wherever.
Who knows? Yes.
Why not?
Yes. Thanks a lot for today, and hope to see you at some point.
Yes.
Thank you to you, and
Thank you.
big hug to all your audience. And see you soon.